Okay, let's talk about running and running injuries. This is a topic that you could read something about just about all the time. And I think most of the articles and most of the people that talk about it are missing a few key elements that I like to bring out. Most often, like for example, if you read the book Born to Run, they bring out overstriding, improper mechanics, and things along this line that create the injuries. Oh sure, these can all do it. There's no question about it. But what everyone ignores, at least everyone that I've read, is the preparation to prevent the injuries. What can you do to prevent the injuries? See, no one addresses this. We all look at, well, don't overtrain. Well, how often do you hear this? If you're any kind of a runner, you've heard this all the years that you've been running. Don't overtrain. But if you physically prepared yourself for more running, you wouldn't be overtraining. But if you don't do any other training, except just go out and run every single day, then the chances of overtraining are increased greatly. You don't get stronger when you're only running. This is a fallacy. It's a myth. You do not get stronger when you run. Now, initially, when you first started running, sure, you got a little bit stronger. You were able to go a little bit longer. You got a little bit of endurance. Your muscles got accustomed to it. But after that, they leveled off. There's no more strength training. There's no more strength increases. So you don't get stronger. What you do improve is your aerobic abilities. And after a while, your aerobic abilities are so good that you think, hey, I'm feeling so great, I'm not even winded, I'm going to go a little further, I'm going to go a little faster. And as you do this, here's your injury. See, you weren't physically prepared for it. And how do you get physically prepared? Two main areas. One is improper technique, or improve your technique. Work on proper running technique. When you run properly, the chances of injury are diminished greatly. And most important, get rid of that heel hit. That's probably the number one reason for most running injuries. We'll address other factors too, but that's probably the main one now. But the second one is development of your physical abilities, like strength, flexibility, strength endurance. Develop these as they are used in running. In other words, prepare your running muscles, make them stronger, and develop that strength endurance that you need to run the distance. This is the key. Running is not going to increase your strength endurance. You must do strength exercises. And the more strength exercise you do, you're getting the muscles accustomed to it, you're getting them ready for it, then you go out and run much more than you ever did before. This is going to help prevent the injury. So, two key factors. Forget about everything else. Improve your technique. If you're running correctly and effectively, no heel hit, you're landing midfoot or forefoot heel, this will prevent many, many injuries right there. But this is a very safe and effective landing. Make sure you have paw back. That's what ensures a good landing. It's easy to tell somebody just to land midfoot or land on a forefoot, but how do you do it? That's the key. See, we'll address this in another topic, but it's a little too complex right now to go into too many details. But once you learn technique, correct technique, this will prevent 90% of your injuries. But then when you do the physical abilities specific to the technique, then you're going to prevent all of the other injuries. And the only time you're going to get hurt then is if you step in a hole, you step on a piece of a rock or whatever, twist your ankle, then something might happen. But otherwise, you're not going to get injured.